All right, so we just had actually, we didn't just have, I've been on a bit of a hiatus, but we had the Conor McGregor Max Holloway fight that just happened on Saturday. Absolutely demolishing main event. Um, a great card throughout, though. We had a good fight, quick fight with Paddy Pimblett, Benoit Saint Denis. I got that completely wrong. A couple of good fights in the main card, a couple in the prelims. Gable Steveson, bit of trouble throughout his fight. And then a couple of really good ones. So I'm going to start off with the Cody Durden, Alessandro Costa. I'm just going to do a quick overview of this. Alessandro Costa got a real quick submission, used a lot of his power in the flyweight division, big ball of mass, you know what I mean? Used a lot of his headshots, really pieced him up, used a couple of leg kicks very efficiently, but was able to get the best of Cody Durden. I feel like he deserves a top 15 flyweight, and I believe Cody Durden just deserves another fun fight. You know, keep him around. He's a good fighter, always brings a fight, but this time wasn't able to get it done. Zachary Reese Ryan Gondra. Now, this was the moment Joe Rogan ate his words. Zachary Reese was looking very composed, very relaxed in the cage, but unfortunately, that left his chin wildly exposed for Ryan Gondra's hooks. Went right around the guard and got him done very quickly. Ryan Gondra, very big of a problem, but not very big of a dude. Only does it show his height? No, it doesn't. Only 6'2" in the middleweight division, but throws heavy hands in the first round, so you got to be careful about him. Other than that, though, I mean, iffy fight. It didn't really start out the best. Next up, Farid Basharat won against John Garza. John Garza, very short notice. I believe it was on a week's notice. Patrick Ewing was supposed to be going in there, or Ethan Ewing or something along those lines. And it does show the fact that if he was in there, he would 100% beat up Farid Basharat. Farid Basharat made it very close. As you can see from the stats here, 92 to 95 strikes. Now, the takedowns did make a big difference. He did shoot quite a few throughout the entirety of the fight, but you know, John Garza has such a skillful way of defending the takedowns. Granby rolling, grabbing the leg. Very, very innovative. I feel like a lot of people should take what he did on takedown defense and take notes. He was very good at stabilizing his base, able to get up immediately. I feel like it should have gone a split decision rather than a unanimous decision, 29-28 Farid Basharat, and I believe a 30-27 if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, either way, John Garza definitely deserves a spot in the UFC. Farid Basharat claims he wants a top 10. I'd give him a top 15, maybe a top 20 in the bantamweight division. The bantamweight division's very deep, so I feel like him versus maybe a who's Homini Barcelos would be a good one, a good test. You know, somebody that has a lot of power, but not somebody that's very skillful in their movement. I guess Farid Basharat also came in with a bit of an injury, so that's something to take into account. Next up, we got Damian Pinos versus Cesar Almeida. Pinos was able to use his reach, was losing the first round throughout the entirety, but was able to get back up from the feet after a very swift takedown, and then able to just starch him out. Damian Pinos needs to have somebody in the top 15. I'd say even in a what's his name? Ateba Gutierrez, you know, another prospect, get two prospects up against each other to jump them up into the top 10 would be a great idea. And so Damian Pinos wins this one, first round TKO. Tracy Cortez, Wayne Kong. Tracy Cortez did not wear fake eyelashes to the cage and therefore did not win the fight by unanimous decision. She was outstruck. Most of the strikes went straight to her legs, 32 strikes to the legs, and they were hard leg kicks straight to the calf. Tracy Cortez was very compromised throughout the entirety of the fight, and I feel as though she should just go towards a little bit more RAF, one championship, go overseas, get somewhere else other than the UFC, because I'm pretty sure the UFC is not paying her 250. They're probably paying her 100K to show, 100K to win. That means that she's getting 100K, and then she has to pay the coaches, managing. She's not getting the same amount of money she probably would at one championship at PFL, at Netflix MMA. But other than that, it was a good showing, good fight between the two of them. Next up, Kai Kamako, Luke Riley. Luke Riley able to use his power and honestly, very good distance management in order to be able to win the first half of the round. And then from there, able to piece up Kai Kamaka very, very swiftly. I think he should get a top 15, maybe a top 20. I think Kai Kamaka should get somebody in the top 30. Has been on a bit of a losing streak after that win with, what was it, Gore? Hope. After that win with Hope. So, I don't know. Two very good prospects, but Luke Riley got the better of him. Next up, Adrian Yanez, Cody Garbrandt. Didn't really watch this fight very much, but it was exactly what I said. Cody Garbrandt was going to go into the fire, and he was at first very good with using his pocket presence to be able to get away from the strikes, but all it took was one, and Adrian Yanez just delivered a swift left hook that got him stumbling for a tiny bit, and then once it got into the pocket, it was lights out for Cody Garbrandt. Adrian Yanez is a problem, but I will say I don't think he stacks up with the top 5 in the division just yet. Not with Petr Yan, not with a Merab, not with a Sean O'Malley, but he could have a good fight against Song Yadong, possibly for the rematch, I believe is what they had. Let me check real quick. No, so he hasn't had one. Yeah, so I feel like a good fight would be him versus Song Yadong. And then next up, Gable Steveson. Gable Steveson had a bit of trouble here and there. Let's be real here. I don't think that, them putting him up against Alexander Volkov in the first place was a great idea. I got to be honest. If he went up against Alexander Volkov, I think he would get pieced up on the feet. He is being trained by John Jones, but at the same time, he's not very great athletically to be able to get past that reach. Austin was able to throw a couple of good shots, able to knock him not down, but get him stumbling here and there. But Gable Steveson was able to just use a lot of his power, a lot of his presence, and a lot of aggression, basically, to get the win. Now, do I feel as though he could get into the top 10? Yes. Do I feel like he could get top 5? Now? No. After a little bit of training, maybe he goes to Bangkok Muay Thai for a tiny bit in Thailand, learns a little bit more of the stand-up. I think he could be a definite problem, but it seems like he relies a bit too much on wrestling here and there. And definitely once he goes up into the heavier, or the upper echelon of the heavyweight division, like Curtis Blades, he needs to know striking. Robert Whitaker got the win, going up to 205, getting the win up against Nikita Krylov. He looks good for the division. Very small, very undersized, but able to find the target, able to be very quick, blitzing in and out. I think he could be a problem for most fighters in the division, but do I think he could win against maybe like a Yuri Prohashka, a Jan Blachowicz? No. God, no. Not yet, at least. A couple of wins. Give me Asmat Mirzakana versus him, and then maybe a Paulo Costa, maybe a Khalil Roundtree to get me knowing that he's like ready for the division. And then he gets the title shot. But there's a lot of other competitors, a lot of other contenders that are fighting for that spot. So, next up, Terrence McKinney, King Green. King Green got the performance of the night, most likely because the main event really stunk. It was going Terrence McKinney's way in the first bit, but after a little bit, King Green just started stabbing him with front kicks, very pointy front kicks. And then afterwards, just started going to the body. Terrence McKinney just couldn't take it. And it seems like throughout Terrence McKinney's career, even locally, if it goes outside of the first round, he's just done. his body will not allow it to go out of the first round. And so with that, I feel like King Green should definitely get another top 15. I think him versus Michael Chandler would be a good fight. Maybe him versus a Mauricio Hoofy again as a rematch would be a good fight. But unfortunately for Terrence McKinney, I think he should go back to the local circuit, fight a couple more contenders, and then possibly go up as a 170 instead of staying at 155. 155 is just full of too many competitors, whereas 170 seems a little bit more open. Although he is undersized for the division, I think he would be more prepared for the people at 170. Next up, Leonard Kavanagh versus Brandon Royval. Okay, there we go. For a second, it didn't show up the time of it. Able to get it done by submission up against Leonard Kavanagh. Was winning the entirety of the fight. And I think that he should definitely get a top 5. I think him versus Asu Amabayev would be a great fight. Really showed out between the two of them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I gotta be honest with you guys. After this McGregor Max Holloway fight, I haven't been interested in MMA the same. Like, it really made me depressive after seeing this, man. So I'm just going to go over these real quick. Yeah, Brandon Royval, Asu Amabayev, Leonard Kavanagh, get him somebody in the top 15. Maybe the winner of whoever was earlier in the card. Alessandro Costa would actually be a great fight. Mario Bautista, Corey Sandhagen. Mario Bautista getting this one done using a lot more aggression. Corey Sandhagen kind of just pot-shotting throughout the entirety of the round, but not getting the better of it. Get Mario Bautista, somebody in the top 5. Corey Sandhagen, somebody in the top 15. We know that he's going to be in the top 15 still. Paddy the Baddy gets it done in 10 seconds, if that, against Benoit Saint Denis. Get Paddy, Ilya Taporia. Needs to be done. Paddy can wait. Get it in, like, I don't know, December, maybe even October if they really want to push it. But Benoit Saint Denis, man, I feel bad for the guy. Climbing up through the ranks and then immediately gets slimed out within 50 seconds with a submission. I feel like he should go up against Hanato Moicano in a rematch. Or, I don't know, man. Rafael Fiziev, maybe. But I think who really should get Rafael Fiziev is the winner of the main event in Max Holloway, Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor threw a kick, immediately shattered his leg, tore his meniscus. I believe he had x-rays done, has to get surgery, is going to be out of the game. I don't think he's going to fight out his contract. I think he's done. And thank God, because that was like, I cannot tell you guys how much I was looking forward to this. And then immediately once I saw him cut his hair into a mohawk, I was like, this is not him. This is not how he should be. He should not be like this. He should be full head of hair like he is right here. That looks nice. That makes it look like, oh, you got confidence. But when you show up looking like, where is it? When you show up looking like this, my man, I can't. So he's done. I think Max Holloway should definitely get a Rafael Fiziev fight or somebody in the top 5 in the lightweight division. Give him some time to get back down to 155. All in all, I think that this card was about a 7 out of 10. Could have been a 10 if this fight delivered, but unfortunately it doesn't. And in a couple of days, we're going to be getting Duplessis versus Kamaru Usman for the fight night. And I'm just going to be going over those real quick. I'm going Duplessis over Kamaru. I'm going Jared Cannonier versus Christian. Just because Jared Cannonier's from Alaska, I'm going to ride with the locally grown Jared Cannonier. Chase Hooper on this one. Alberto Montoya is on this one. I think Tommy McMillan just raises his chin up way too much. Don't know. Oh, Les Boyani. I might just go that because I kind of know him, but I don't know who Sakyong Ko is. Yeah, it seems like they're just scooting in all the women's fights in this one, huh? One, two, yeah, two fights, two women's fights. That's like a 6. I'm probably not going to cover it as like a breakdown, but I mean, those are my picks. Duplessis, Jared Cannonier, Chase Hooper. I'll go Fatima. No, actually, I'll go Tabitha Ricci. I think Tabitha's going to get it done. Alberto Montoya's, Delgado, Lebanowski, Lebosnowny. Don't care. Stuart Nickel. Wow. Still in here. But yeah, I don't know any of the other fights. I give it a 6 out of 10. And then Alexander versus Guskov. All right. But yeah, that's going to be my breakdown of the entire card. I guess I'll get you guys in the next one. Peace.